Hey guys, welcome to my video. And I've been doing a lot of Titan videos, relatively new contents, and I thought it was refreshing to do old school hanger video, because I know a lot of people who are on this channel have been playing the game for a long time, and sometimes they miss this hanger. You don't get to see these guys very often in the battlefield, simply because their abilities are outdated. So I'm running the Marquez Hussar setup on the Rhino instead of like a brawling setup, which I'm sure most Rhino meta players are used to. Orkins, Taran, probably shotgun ones would have been interesting, but I have been running close range weapons. And the Rhino's ability, especially comparing even with the older old school robots, it's just been so outdated. Like, you can't turn while you're using the ability. Just outdated. I don't know how else I would put it. So I thought it would have been better as like a range setup, so I can block out Ares and basically have that range, since Rhino can put up quite a bit of firepower. So I thought this was a pretty decent setup on the Rhino, and basically I'm trying to kill as many guys as possible with this setup, because I also have a bad spawn, and yeah, that's why most people don't like Springfield. So but as you can see, I was able to block out a lot of energy weapons with the Rhino's physical shield, and looks like a couple guys are going for the center. I wish I could help, but I would just die, and I won't even get the beacon. If I would, it wouldn't even be helpful with this setup. So maybe I should have spawned into a brawler, but just understanding how weak. I mean, it is MK2, but compared to like Leech and all the other meta robots, it could go down pretty fast, and I won't even get the beacon. So I'm trying to kill off as many, or damage or trigger enemies' last stand as many as possible. I lost my last stand, and this guy snuck up behind me, so I died and dropped into the shotgun Griffin, so I can jump over objects, because this guy have already used up his ability, but he gets taken out by my teammates. So instead of going to the center, because I decided to move forward on the platform and hopefully move up and take out some enemies. The reason for that is because there aren't many covers to get across to the center beacon, which is on my right. And I could go around, like hiding behind the bridge, which is now all broken because of the Titans. But it would take a long time, and I didn't want to like not get involved in this battle, because we're almost halfway through the battle. But this was my second bot, and I was camping, so I did want to engage a little bit. Hopefully, make them spawn over here, so the center it gets less crowded, and we might have a chance. But if you see on the right corner of my screen, if you have seen it, I saw like a glimpse of Ao Ming, which was a bad sign, because it would be defending that beacon pretty well with its firepower. So I jumped in here because these guys seem to be not stepping on their beacons. And my plan for this beacon was defend this beacon with one more bot and just buy enough time so my teammates would have chance to attack the center, which no one went. And I wish I had phase shift instead of quantum radar, but I saw Aojun fly, so I just activated my quantum radar. So I am brawling through, and yeah, these guys, their spawn is just right behind that infrastructure, so you guys can just basically see them just drop their bots and get rid of the whole my team that's defending this beacon. Usually when this happens, it's nicer if people went for the center, because my hangar tend to be relatively slow and the defense mechanism is really outdated. So there's no way I was going to use this build effectively on this map, so I dropped in here. Hopefully just being another target helps defend this beacon because I have the phase shift. And I do something crazy here which I shouldn't have done, but I actually should have like used some other setup on the Leo instead of this, but you never know, right? Because like you could be in this spot for like 5 minutes on moon map, kind of be good at supporting. But I was trying to go for that Titan, but this beacon was pretty it was threatened by these guys. So luckily I had my teammate, luckily, and it was a tanky bot, Fenrir, going against this. He's getting sandwiched, but another Titan spawned in, and I was able to unload all this fire ember igniter onto this Falcon. So this game was pretty exciting, but I was camping, and then I went down from like my second bot to I think this is my last bot pretty fast. So but I do have Titan left, and luckily this guy was low level Titan kid, so I was able to burn through this guy and get this platform beacon. Man, they weren't meching. I was hoping that they mech so that we would cap all their beacons and hopefully make like a comeback. And most bots at this point of the game seem to be pretty slow. People are, I'm guessing that they're spawning in their Titans because that's their last spot. The red team actually had decent teamwork. They had C, they had the center, and they saw some of us come towards the center beacon. I think one guy got our farm beacon. Now they're coming back to the center beacon to defend, and they weren't making either. I think we had one guy down, and they have one guy down as well. We barely got 3 beacon now, and the beacon gauge was so low because these guys had 3 beacons for so long. I wish someone was trying to get beacon C with a fast robot possibly, because now we have 6 slot including Titans. The game now ends up being won or lost by beacon gauge. Drop my Titans here, use a blast wave, or no, that's not, that's for Arthur. This is the stove effect, and I was able to take this guy down, but we're losing beacons everywhere when we should be capping beacons. So I was able to defend this beacon. However, there was no way coming back from this, but I thought it was a pretty good game. Exciting, almost kind of exciting to come back a little bit but I mean, it was refreshing to run the old school bots, but man, their abilities are really outdated. I hope they get some sort of a buff, but I definitely enjoyed making this video. So I hope this was refreshing, because you don't see these bots. Especially if you're in Champions League, you don't see these bots often. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe for more. I'm trying to reach 10k subs, so I'm pretty excited to do that this year, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.